In this demonstration, you'll learn how to create a pie chart from your data. Let's say you're a hospital administrator and you've done some dives to see how many people in the 5 main age groups were admitted to the hospital in January of 2019. The current dive window shows, for example, that for January 2019, the age group 65 to 84 had the greatest number of admissions of all the age groups, 546. Now let's say you want to graph the data in the admission count column as a pie chart. We'll create the pie chart using the graphs icon on the toolbar. You can create many different types of graphs in ProDiver, but we want to create a pie chart, also called a pie plot. So we'll scroll down to Pie Plots, expand the list of options, click the first option, Pie Plot, and click Next. A new dialog box appears on the screen. In this dialog box, you specify the column that contains the data you want to graph. The admission count column is already selected, so we'll click Finish to finish creating our graph. ProDiver now displays the data in the admission count column as a pie graph on your screen and gives the graph a title and a legend. The legend shows which pie slice color identifies which age group and lists the percentage of the whole that each age group represents. For example, we can see that the magenta slice represents the age group 45 to 64, and that this age group accounts for 18.2% of hospital admissions. You can select a slice of the pie graph by clicking it. Selecting a pie slice causes it to separate from the rest of the graph and highlights the corresponding section of the graph legend. Notice also that down arrows now appear in the console. When a pie slice is selected, you can dive on it. Let's say you want to find out what types of situations brought this particular group of people to the hospital, and what percentage of the total each type represents. We'll do this by diving on Admit Type, Admission Type, in the Admission category in the console. ProDiver opens a new dive window and displays a graph of the Admit Type data. Let's dive again, this time to see the breakdown of financial classes connected with the emergency admissions of the 45 to 64-year-olds. ProDiver opens a third dive window, and in it displays a graph showing the percentage of 45 to 64-year-olds who paid for their emergency care with each of the different types of payment options. You can change the appearance of your graph in several ways. You can change the text of the title, change the fonts and positions of the title and legend, change the colors assigned to the pie slices, and add labels and tags. Let's change the text of the title so that it includes more information. We'll start by clicking the graphs icon in the toolbar. In the dialog box now on the screen, we'll click Graph Options. Next, we'll click the Text tab. In the Show Main Title area, we'll add some text to the title to make it more informative. Now we'll click Finish to see our changes. ProDiver updates the graph title in the dive window. So that's how you create a pie chart. You click the graphs icon in the toolbar, choose Pie Plot, choose the column that contains the data you want to graph, and click OK.